So we've done that. Step 4. Pick a background. Your character's background might represent their upbringing. All right. Whoops. I've also realized that I've been cutting off a small portion of the screen this entire time. All right. So when you create your character, you get a background of your choice. This decision is permanent, can't change at later levels, and each background listed here grants 2 ability boosts. Nice. A skill feat and a trained proficiency rank in 2 skills, one of which is a lore skill. Gain a trained proficiency rank in a skill from your background and would then get the trained in another one. Okay, so if you get double trained, you can replace it, which makes sense. Alright. So I think, because I don't necessarily want to go through all of these skill feats necessarily, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a background that either I like that fits with the character, or one that just fits with the stats, I think that's... Or I just pick farmhands because that's what Jet is in Imanot. That's another option. Alright, so Acolytes. Choose 2 ability boosts. One must be to intelligence or wisdom, and one's a free. You are trained in religion and scribing lore. You are trained in the religion skill and the scribing lore skill. You gain the student of the canon skill feat. Okay. Acrobat, which I just don't like. Strength or dexterity. I don't necessarily like that one. I'm pretty much picking one that I want to have into... I'm pretty much want to have intelligence, I'm pretty sure. Right. I think I want to get... I definitely want to get intelligence off of this. So I think Acolyte is a good choice. Animal Whisperer, Wisdom and Charisma. Wisdom or Charisma, which I both don't necessarily think I should prioritize just yet. Trained in the nature skill, and a lore skill related to one terrain inhabited by animals you like. You can train animals. I mean, this could be cool on a wizard, I think. Artisan, strength or intelligence. You get crafting and guild lore. Honestly, I would like this. And then specialty crafting. Can I... Actually, I kind of want to look up... what specialty crafting is, because that kind of sounds cool. If I can bloody find this. Can I? Specialty crafting. Your training focused on crafting one particular kind of item. Select one of the specialties listed on page 267. Okay. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to crafting checks to craft item of that type. If you're mastering crafting, this bonus increases to +2. So, alchemy, artistry, blacksmithing, bookmaking, glassmaking, leatherworking, pottery, shipbuilding. Oh, I can make ships. And you need to have alchemical crafting in order to craft alchemical items. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay. I think it's less helpful than you'd think. And student of the canon. You've researched many faiths enough to recognize notions about them that are unlikely to be true. If you roll a critical failure at a religion check or decipher writing of originalist nature or call knowledge about the tenets of fate, you get a failure instead. And if you roll a failure, you get a success. Okay, so you increase it by 1 level. For religion, though, I would assume if you have a cleric, you don't necessarily need this. Barkeep. Like Constitution and Charisma. Although I do think I want to put 1 point to Constitution. Like I do want to put it back to 10. I don't want to die. it's pretty much the easy answer there. Barrister, intelligence or charisma? Piles of legal manuals, stern teachers, and experience in the courtroom. Oh, really? Wait, you'd be a lawyer? You can play a lawyer? That's awesome. I just want to pick that because that seems cool. That seems really cool. Group impression. When you make an impression, you can compare your diplomacy check result to the will DCs of 2 targets instead of 1. I'm never gonna... I'm not gonna be the one making diplomacy checks. Unless, again, I start playing like Jet does. I'm comparing this character way too much to Jet, I've just realized. Bounty Hunter, Strength or Wisdom? Don't think so. Charlatan. Intelligence or Charisma? This could be cool. You'd get Deception. And then you get Charming Liar, which I'm assuming is going to use... Yeah, when you lie, you need to make deception checks, I'm assuming. Which I don't think fits this character as well. Criminal... Yeah, experienced smuggler is going to be like... although... Those are your stealth check to see if a passive observer... To be fair... Then you get society. Pretty much you'd need to look into getting stealth, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some proficiencies from high intelligence. So I think criminal is definitely an option, to be honest. Oh wait, shit, I was looking at detective, sorry. No, it's stealth. So you would get stealth for free. Which, if the game is played as similarly to 5th edition as I expect it to be, stealth is still like one of the most rolled skills in the game. Especially like, I think stealth also can become your initiative roll, which means you can kind of force a higher position with this. So I don't dislike this. Plus, I don't dislike experienced smuggler, to be perfectly honest. Like, you can conceal small items, you can, like, conceal your arcane focus and shit. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I don't dislike criminal. I think criminal is definitely an option. Which is weird for a wizard, but... I don't know, I like it more than I like the religion boost from Acolyte. Detective, again, I think detective would also just be cool. Like, especially since I'm a seer elf who can like look at the magic, like who maybe solves magical murders. That would actually be a really cool backstory, I think. That would be really cool, streetwise. Feel the pulse of your local settlement. You can use your society modifier instead of your diplomacy modifier to gather information. Society. What is society in terms of modifier? Intelligence. So detective is also definitely an option. Okay. I think from a combat min-maxing perspective, I think you'd pick up criminal. If you're going for a character who more goes for like a like, how do I say this? Like more of well, more of a detective story. You'd go for detective, I guess. If you're like looking more into investigation stuff, maybe like detective is probably better. So I think right now I'm still going towards like criminal. Emissary, a diplomat, or messenger also needs intelligence, but multilingual, I'm assuming, is you have multiple languages or whatever. And I'm already getting like 4 languages, I would guess. Yeah, you learn 2 new languages. I'm already gonna have a bunch of languages. Entertainer through an education in the arts. Dexterity or charisma. This would be decent, but like performance, I'm probably not gonna pick up ever. Farmhands, constitution or wisdom, which I both don't necessarily like. Field medic, constitution or wisdom. I do think battle medic is okay as like a thing. Yeah, attempt a medicine check for treat wounds and provide the corresponding amount for healing. Yeah. Pretty much you can use an action to heal someone. Which, but to be fair, you'd need to do a medicine check, and medicine I'm pretty sure is going to be wisdom. Although I have thought of that being intelligence, but yeah, it feels more wisdomy, to be perfectly honest. Also, that's probably because that makes like clerics just base good at it, I guess. Fortune teller, intelligence or charisma, train in occultism, oddity identification. That seems interesting. You gain a +2 to occultism checks to identify magic with the mental possession, prediction, or scrying traits. I mean, I already get a +1 from the circumstance bonus, and I do think I want occultism as a proficiency, but I don't think I need to pick fortune teller for it over the stealth bonus that I can get from criminal. Gambler, I just like gambler, to be perfectly honest. But I'm assuming lie to me is again going to be like charisma based. Deception to weave traps, yeah. Yeah. Gladiator, definitely not. It's going to be Connor Wisdom, I figured. Oh wait, sorry, that's Herbalist. But Herbalist neither, to be honest. Like, Guard is not happening, Gladiator is not happening. Herbalist is not happening. Hermit could. Dubious Knowledge. I think that could be a cool one too. Treasure trove of information, but not a lot of it comes from reputable sources. When you fail a recall knowledge check, you learn a bit of true and a little bit of erroneous knowledge. Yeah, how about no? How about no? Let's not do that. Hunter, not happening, pretty sure. Laborer, strength or constitution doesn't feel good. Martial disciple, no, don't like. Merchant, intelligence or charisma? Bargain hunter, that's probably good for like money's sake, I'm assuming. Can earn income using diplomacy. You mean the skill that uses charisma? You know, my best fucking skill. Okay, never mind. Minor, strength or wisdom, again, don't think so. Noble. Intelligence or charisma? Courtly graces, skilled feats. You were raised among nobility or have learned proper etiquette and bearing, allowing you to present yourself as a noble and play games of influence in politics. You can use society to make an impression on a noble as well as impersonate to pretend to be a noble if you aren't one. Okay. You still need deception and shit like that. Okay. Sure. Nomad, con or wisdom, which I don't think is going to happen. Prisoner, strength or constitution, not going to happen. Sailor, strength or dexterity, probably also not going to happen. Scholar, might happen. Scholar, I think, is still is one to play. Intelligence or wisdom. Arcana, knowledge, sorry, you're trained in your choice of Arcana, nature, occultism, or religion. So I'm assuming one choice and gain assurance, skill feat. Assurance. What's that? You can perform basic tasks. Choose a skill you're trained in. You can forego rolling a skill check for that skill to instead receive a result of 10 plus your proficiency bonus. Right, assurance. In your chosen skill. So I would assume you can like pick Arcana here. The question though is like, do you really want to go with Arcana? Well, you'd pretty much base, right? We're assuming that we're going up to 18 because I think 18 is the highest that you can get to in character creation for your stats. So you'd get an 18, you'd get a +3 from proficiency plus level, which is +7 total, and you wouldn't be able to roll below a 10. So you would always at least get a 17 in Arcana. The question is that worth it over the criminal stealth plus what was the criminal feature again? Criminal. Why do I so badly want to play a criminal? It's hilarious. Oh, it's a smuggler feat. Right. You're able to smuggle. To be fair, if it's only about that, because I can pick any proficiency from the Arcana one that I get from my ancestry anyway, right? So even if I pick Arcana here, I can replace Arcana with stealth and I'd still have it, but now I'd have a minimum of like 10 plus. Plus with I'd get my intelligence boost, so I would already go up to 16, and then I can freely choose my other one. I wouldn't be forced to pick a +2 in a skill that I don't want, so I'd probably be able to go intelligence, dex, pick up Arcana, make it so that Arcana is a minimum of 17, which I do think is worth. Like I'm almost positive that's worth it. Because I'd get stealth, and then the only thing I'd be missing out on is the experienced smuggler, which, to be fair, as a wizard, I would assume you have other ways to do that. Yeah, I think Scholar wins out here. Scout, Dex or Wisdom, Forager, I would assume is not going to be my thing. You always get a success on getting food, right? Yeah, I figured. Not gonna happen, I think. Street Urchin? Dex or Con? I mean, I'd be picking Dex at that point. You're trained in thievery and a lore skill for the city you live in as a street urchin. You gain the pickpocket skill feat. What is the pickpocket skill feat? Steal or palm an object that's closely guarded. Still, like, I think that's decent. I still just think that Scholar's better. Tinker, I like Tinker. But specialty crafting, I don't know why, but it feels... I think this is good on like... an alchemist, because I've played an alchemist. I think it's good on that, but the fact that I can't just pick up alchemical items, I'd have to pick up something like bookmaking, I guess I could do. To make like books and paper, which I do think might work for spell scrolls then. So I don't think this is bad, I just think it's better to go Scholar. And Warrior's not happening, so... Yeah, I think I have my choice. I think here it's going to be Scholar. So with Scholar, we need to pick... So let's just note that down before we forget. So background is going to be Scholar. Scholar means that technically we can now move our proficiency from Arcana into something else, and because of the fact that we do at some point want to go stealth, we're going to put it in stealth in this case. I also love how perception's not in here, by the way, because perception's not something that you can get proficiency in. It's hilarious. And then the skill feat from our background was, what was it? What was it called again? Sorry, I completely spaced on this. You're trained in Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion. So we've picked Arcana there. Assurance. So we're going to pick Assurance. Arcana as our feat. And then we also get Academia Lore. Academia. A or E? Yeah. Don't ask me why I'm forgetting to spell Academia, but yeah. So we're also trained in that. So our list is filling up a little bit. And then, of course, we also need to increase our stats. So intelligence goes to not 1+, but 16. And we're going to put 2 more points into dexterity, making that a 14. So our AC is now 12. Yay! People can crit us at a 22. All right. Nice. Next.